Kawaki has got the golden chance to play a big brain card and gain his lost respect back. In the latest chapter, he got poisoned by Mitsuki, making him fall asleep, with the Shinjus planning an invasion on the leaf and Boruto escaping the village due to formidable circumstances. Konoha is now at a really vulnerable position. The new enemies can appear anytime to destroy everything. However, what if this seemingly L moment of Kawaki turns out to be his comeback card? That's right. There is a chance that he could have already figured out Mitsuki neutralizing him, and this Kawaki who lost consciousness is actually a shadow clone, similar to how he fooled Ishiki back in the day. But is he actually so smart to pull off such thing? Well, to find the answer to this question, we will need to figure out how likely is it for this Kawaki to be a shadow clone. First and foremost, it didn't take Mitsuki a second to react on the news of Boruto's arrival, and he quickly used a snake to jab Kawaki. This means he must have been planning this scenario in his head ever since Boruto's first return to the village. A few things that he noticed includes Boruto and Kawaki sensing each other's presence with their Otsutsuki DNA, and as he himself said in the chapter, he poisoned Kawaki to prevent Boruto from escaping. It all makes complete sense till here. The only problem is that Kawaki is an Otsutsuki, so it doesn't make sense for him to fall unconscious by a man-made poison. There must be some loophole for us to figure out that one moment where he played his card. As we can see his entire sequence of leaving the Uzumaki household, it all seems pretty normal, from him picking his shirt to wearing it on his way to the doorway. But the thing that most of you must have ignored is what he said to Eida. He told her to use the Senringan if she is interested in knowing what he's up to. So what could have been his reason of going out after listening to the Shinju story? At first it might seem like he went out to check if there are some unwanted enemies on their way to the village, but that might not be the case at all. What if the real reason he told Eida to look out with clairvoyance is because he duplicated himself right when he left the Uzumaki house? He must have sensed Boruto when he was sitting inside, and the only reason he used the shadow clone was to corner him with the help of Mitsuki. If he hadn't played this card, maybe Mitsuki would have crossed his line to stop him from going after Boruto, or maybe he simply knew that Boruto can sense him too, so he planned it all out when he sensed his presence from the inside. That's why Kawaki played dumb and let Mitsuki think he poisoned him, while in reality it's just a shadow clone. The real Kawaki could appear in the next chapter, in the middle of the Sun Moon battle. We know Mitsuki wants to eliminate Boruto, so it would have made things easier for Kawaki if the Snake Sage was successful in his plan. So why did he plan so much at first place? Well, it could be that he wants to kill Boruto himself, as he hasn't killed any Otsutsuki before. If he wants to destroy the whole Otsutsuki clan, he will first need to kill one of its members, and Boruto is an easy target. It could be one of the reasons for him to make a surprise entry in the next chapter and reveal his cards to Boruto. The other solid reasons could be Kawaki doesn't trust in Mitsuki's pledge, cause he low-key knows that Boruto defeated Code in chapter 3. He's just testing the waters by sending Mitsuki to eliminate him, and by doing this, he would get to know about the level that his opponent has reached. And how would he do so? Well, with the help of none other than Eida. As we saw in the last chapter that Eida is not that good at keeping promises after she revealed the location of Boruto to the leaf. I won't be surprised if she updates Kawaki with everything that goes between Mitsuki and Boruto. Kawaki won't interrupt the battle directly, cause it would make him lose the chance of gaining an edge over him. Either revealing the powers and battle techniques to Kawaki could come really handy to him in the future. Maybe that's why he was a bit surprised to see the Jogan in the flash forward fight. He knows about every ability utilized by Boruto, but a dojutsu in his card eye made him raise an eyebrow. So now that Eida has betrayed Boruto as well, the only hope that he's left with is Shikamaru. He's already on his way of deducting what's wrong with the Kama duo. However, the odd thing is that Boruto doesn't bother getting his old life back at this point. He's too comfortable with the rogue identity. That's why his expressions remain mundane when Shikamaru asked him if he's an Uzumaki. But this doesn't change the fact that the village is currently at the most vulnerable stage, and if Kawaki goes after Boruto, then the fate of the Leaf Village will lie on the shoulders of Daemon alone. But if we think about it, the Shinju invasion will instantly unveil the lies of Kawaki behind his back. Jura wants to eat Naruto, and he will most likely enter the Hokage's office to find him. There he will meet Shikamaru, who will obviously ask him his intentions. Juraku responds by saying he is in search of Naruto, to which Shikamaru will reply that he's already dead. And once Jura tells him that's completely not true, everything will start making more sense to him. Eida lied about the death of Kawaki after the Kama duo exchange places, and this only means that she's working with Kawaki. This also explains why she didn't act impulsively when Boruto left the village. In the eyes of everyone, she loves him, yet the act of letting her loved one get hunted by the whole world is a bit strange. And after Jura unveils the fate of Naruto, Shikamaru would see Eida and Kawaki as the ultimate traitors of Konoha, but it will be too late at this point, only because the Shinjus have started making their moves, and by the looks of it, Eida will most likely get absorbed by the bug Shinju. You can watch this video of mine to understand why I think so. And if that theory comes true, then Kawaki will not only lose a loyal ally, but the support of her overpowered sibling as well, who doesn't care about him at all. However, we have seen Kawaki's destiny resonating with Boruto, so it's very likely that he will find some new allies out of thin air. His new outfit from the future hints at him joining up creating a separate cult, and by the looks of it, chances are he will change his getup on the demand of Shinju's. Now there are three possibilities for Kawaki-Shinju alliance, and the last one completely debunks the shadow clone possibility. The first one is pretty simple. Shikamaru tells Jura that Boruto killed Naruto, so he interrupts the fight between him and Mitsuki and finds Kawaki there. Kawaki would most likely himself jump into the scene to deal with Jura, but would get violated really badly. The Shinju could then offer him more power as well as Naruto's safety, and after some good amount of manipulation, he will form an alliance with them. The second possibility points at Kawaki pretending to form an alliance with the Shinjus, and when the right time comes, he will betray them with their own powers. The final theory talks about the biggest L of Kawaki so far. What if he actually got neutralized by Mitsuki, and now that he's unconscious, Jura could invade Konoha to kidnap him? The other Shinjus would follow their will of devouring their personal targets. Now the only problem is that absorbing Boruto and Kawaki is their main goal. So how does it make sense for Jura to kidnap Kawaki instead of devouring him on spot? The most sensible explanation could be the instinct to devour a human being stronger than devouring Otsutsuki. That's why Jura would kidnap Kawaki to find the whereabouts of Naruto. So what could make Jura spare his life? It can be argued that he will train Kawaki till the point he's able to bring a destruction to Konoha, and even his new outfit could be a tribute to the Shinju race. Toneri once said that soon the gods will descend on earth, and maybe he was referring to Shinjus, and Kawaki, as we all know, could become their sole worshipper. Well, Kawaki's reasons to shake hands with Jura are simple. After losing Eida and Daemon, they are the most powerful allies that he could get, and since he was faithfully in contact with overpowered people since the beginning of the story, he would most likely win the Shinju jackpot as well. Kawaki could use them to seek revenge from the Otsutsuki clan, and since they also want to kill Otsutsukis, both of them could form a great alliance. Now that Kawaki's case is pretty evident, let's understand why Jura would likely take him under his wing. Just cause it makes sense to the plot doesn't mean it would lack the logical reasoning. So the things that I believe will persuade Jura to mentor Kawaki is his unique foresight power. Many of you must have overlooked this, but since he talked about Boruto's destiny back in chapter 4, it's very likely that he has the power to see people's fate, just like Momoshiki. And upon seeing the destiny which originates from the mighty fate of Ishiki Otsutsuki waiting for Kawaki, he must have made his decision to use him instead of killing him. Similar to how Jigen used Kawaki back in the day, but he didn't have an emotional card as strong as Naruto to manipulate him perfectly. Jura could offer him power and fulfillment, and in return, he would need to follow all his orders. And just to prove his loyalty to the god trees, the very first challenge for Kawaki would be to betray the shinobis. And if you think about it, it kinda makes sense for him to betray them at this point and submit himself to stronger people, only because it would be impossible for him to live a normal life after his lies get exposed. Check out my omnipotence reversal theory in this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stuff. I will see you next time.